It is a lovely February day. It's the 3rd, and it's going to be like 60 today. So I am out here working on the car, the Gouda Grater. And so a lot of people have asked about the Gambler 500 or this car in general. And it's kind of not a long story, but it's a story some people are interested in hearing. And so this video is mostly going to be me sitting here talking about my experience and how it came to pass that I got this car and into it and all of that. So first, I'll try to cut in some videos and other pictures as I'm talking, but it might be kind of a boring video. I don't know. We'll see what people think. Anyways, first started, I've got a Jeep, and I like to do Jeepy off-road stuff, and so I know a lot of the Jeep people in the area, and one of those guys I'm friends with, his name's Jerry, and Jerry, probably 5 years ago now, he's got friends that were into the Gambler 500, and so he was telling me about how he's going to go to this, I think it was the Kansas Gambler was the first one I went to, and so his friends, they drive Volkswagen Beetles, and so I said, he described it to me, and I was like, man, that sounds like a lot of fun. So the very first year for the Kansas Gambler, yeah, I just took the Jeep, my JK, and I went just bone stock, not really knowing what to expect. And it went fine, right? Like, nobody was critical of me driving my built Jeep, right? Nobody cares. Everybody is just running what they brought, and they're having fun, and that's what it's about. And so after the first Gambler, you kind of get an idea of what you're getting into, right? It's easier to just experience it and then know how to proceed than to try to have someone describe it to you in a video. You just kind of have to be there, right? So the next year, guy driving by. So the next year, I hadn't bought the car yet because Missouri has a lot of stipulations about buying vehicles and getting licensed and getting inspections and all of that. Some of these states, like Kansas, doesn't have vehicle inspections, and so you can drive a beater all day long, no big deal. Whereas in Missouri, if you buy a beater, it has to pass these inspections, and so it's like things like cracked windshields or tail lights or whatever. I mean, they check all these things, and so it can't be a total beater. It can be pretty beat up, but it has to be functional, right? So I just hadn't bought one yet, and so I got, but I knew kind of going into it what to expect. So on the Jeep, I had some tube doors. I built some I had some pallet wood that I bolted to the tube doors, and I painted them up for the Gambler. And then I was just trying to think of things that would make it, more just ridiculous. Like, how can I make the Jeep look more like a Gambler, less like, a built Jeep, right? So one of the things I did was I don't even know why. I don't know what the deal was with it, but a cheese grater. I had a cheese grater. I think, so I make my own laundry detergent, and part of that you have to grate up some Phil's naphtha and that kind of bar soap, and you add that to your detergent. And so I think that's what the grater was doing there. And so I just happened to have it on hand, so I just zip tied it to the roll bar, and I went to the Missouri Gambler 500, and just had a blast out there with all those guys. And the cheese grater got all these comments, and at the time I didn't think, I was just like, I was just being stupid. So that's a lot of the Gamblers just being stupid. And so after that, I am a plumber in the Kansas City area, and so a guy needed some plumbing work done, but he was also selling this car, and so we kind of worked out a deal, and I bought the car off of him. It's got like 215,000 miles. It's a 2001 Toyota Avalon. The list of things wrong with it, like mechanically, it seems fine. When I first got it, I mean, there's a bunch of sensors that are bad, but mechanically it ran and operated just fine, like no big deal, no problems. And since I've had it, I've only run into the washer hose doesn't work anymore because it's up under the front fender in the fender well, and the tires rip that hose out too many times, so I need to fix that. But anyways, so the next, after I bought it, I think the next trip was the Kansas, or maybe it was, no, I can't remember. No, I can't remember, but whatever. The next event, I had just done away with the cheese grater, right? Like, I didn't think it was necessary to add a cheese grater to my Gambler because the car was already gambled, a gambler enough without it. That first year, I want to say it was like pretty close to bone stock. Maybe it already added the roof rack, but I don't know. I can't remember. I'll flash some video or pictures or something, you'll see. And I'll be corrected or not. We'll see, whatever. So that first year, I had the car. Yeah, I just ran it stock. And I guess at the Missouri one, everybody was like, dude, where's your cheese grater? It's like kind of became synonymous with the cheese grater, right? It was the guy with the cheese grater on his Jeep. And so I was just like, I didn't even think about it. I just took it off. I didn't, whatever. So then the following year, I kind of like have embraced the cheese grater concept. And so that's what I started doing, is turning it into a cheese car. And so, like the first year I had the snorkel on it, I painted it green, and I tried to put some like Mario stickers on it to make it a, like a Mario thing, because I'm a plumber, right? And so is Mario, so it kind of worked. Nah, it didn't work. Anyways, so the cheese theme, once I started embracing the cheese theme, man, it just started going. They make cheese themed everything, like all these stickers. Like, they have so many cheese stickers. Seat covers I made out of just cheese, like beach towels, cheese headrest covers, cheese armrest covers. I've got a cheese steering wheel cover coming, cheese window like thing in the front to keep the sun out. Cheese everything. They make cheese everything. And then last fall, we painted the hood. A friend of mine painted the hood yellow, and he added these like little holes, and so it's like it really came together. So that is kind of the story of how I came into the car. Got it from a guy I did some work for, and then the cheese theme just came from the cheese grater that I was using to make laundry detergent. And so here it is today. I am always working on it, always doing something. And so, unfortunately, I didn't start a build video. I haven't made a ton of videos about it. Mostly just like the Gambler 500 and the hood. I made a video of the hood painting. And so maybe I'll make another video about all the modifications and all the work that went into putting this thing together to get it where it is today. So that's my video. I did this in one take, no script, making stuff up as I go. Hopefully it turns out all right.